River Street in downtown Savannah glowed with holiday warmth, lanterns swaying above cobblestones, jazz drifting from a market stall. Elliot Carter, a 34-year-old Air Force pilot, drove his sedan, his daughter Maya, 12, humming beside him, her new soccer jersey folded in her lap, a gift from his latest flight's pay. A veteran who'd landed jets in hurricanes, Elliot felt calm here, river mist mingling with praline scents. Maya's giggle was his haven, simple and bright. Then a police cruiser's siren screamed, its lights slashing the night. Red-blue flashes bathed Maya's face, her humming stilled, hands clutching the jersey. Elliot's gut tightened. Trouble, near. He pulled over, steady but alert. Officer Ruiz, a burly cop with a scowl sharp as flint, approached, hand near his gun. "Out!" he barked, eyes pinning Elliot. Not a father, but a threat. Elliot raised his palms, his Air Force bracelet catching the glow, a mark of his service. "Just driving home, officer," he said, voice even. Ruiz's lip curled, his shadow dimming the market's cheer. Passers-by paused, whispers rising. Maya's breath caught. "Daddy? Why?" The air buzzed, taut as a wire. Elliot stood firm, his pilot's instincts sharp. Hold steady. Could his calm weather the bias in Ruiz's glare? This fight's just beginning. Stay with us. Elliot Carter grew up on Detroit's raw streets, where dreams scraped against hardship. In a brick row house, son of a teacher mother and mechanic father, he learned defiance early. "Your worth's in your work," his mother said, grading papers, hands firm as gospel. Yet the city stung. At 13, a peer sneered, "You'll flip burgers," sparking fire. Elliot's quick wit earned a schoolyard shove and his father's proud nod. Each slight built him. By lamplight, he mastered calculus, carving paths no taunt could block. An Air Force scholarship at 18 shattered skeptics, his acceptance a flare against Detroit's smog. By 25, he flew fighters, a rare black pilot slicing war zones, his precision saving squads in chaos. A colonel's quota jab stung as he landed a perfect mission. He answered with medals, not words. When cancer took his wife, Naya, Elliot's world cracked. Raising Maya, Nia's daughter, became his vow. Her bright eyes, his new sky. "I'm your home," he promised, grief a silent weight. His mother's bracelet, etched unity, steadied him through slurs, doubts, battles for respect. Promotions and rescues were earned. Proof justice was fought, not given. In Savannah, flying routes and raising Maya, Elliot shone, a beacon against bias. Yet Detroit's scars pulsed as he drove that night, Maya's trust beside him. He'd defied storms. What spark would he wield against the threat rising? Elliot's Savannah days glowed like dawn on the river, a cadence of purpose and love. From a clapboard home near Forsyth Park, he jogged the squares at sunrise, oaks whispering over cobblestones. By day, he flew commercial jets, his sharp eye catching turbulence, his calm voice guiding crews. Evenings belonged to Maya, 12, all knees and dreams, sketching soccer plays on takeout bags. Elliot coached her team, his shouts lifting her as she darted past blockers, her laugh his compass. Weekends wove their bond, fixing her bike, oil smudging their grins, baking cornbread, its warmth blending with Ella Fitzgerald's voice. He shared tales of black pioneers, Malcolm's fire, Bessie's wings, fueling her pride. But shadows crept close. At a market, clerks eyed him as he picked apples, suspicion louder than words. A patrol car once trailed him at dusk, silent but heavy, until he turned, heart racing, Maya unaware. Elliot hid these stings, his smile guarding her youth. At the airport, he mentored black trainees, his bracelet flashing as he recounted jet saves, sparking their fire. Yet unease lingered. A cashier's cold stare, a jogger's flinch, his pilot's jacket wrong. He urged Maya to soar, see no ceilings, but braced for the world's weight on her. That night, driving through Savannah's holiday market, Elliot sought one perfect moment. Maya's jersey, his gift. Her chatter lit the street. But his instinct stirred. A squall loomed, its edge sharp in the crowd. Could their joy hold? Savannah's River Street shimmered with holiday light, but Officer Ruiz's shadow fractured its glow, his flashlight a harsh beam cutting the festive haze. Jazz faded, praline smoke curling, as Elliot Carter's world shrank to Maya's quick breaths beside him, her soccer jersey gripped tight in her lap. "Step out," Ruiz snapped, his bulk looming over the sedan's open window. Elliot's pulse roared, his pilot's instincts blaring. "Threat, close." "We're just heading home," he said, voice smooth as steel, handing over his license. "It's here." Maya's eyes, wide with dread, sought his. "Daddy, are we okay?" Her mind flashing to news of men lost. Ruiz smirked, tossing the license to the dash. "Guys like you don't belong here," he sneered, the words a whip across Elliot's pride. His bracelet gleamed, a vow to his service, missions flown, lives saved. Yet Ruiz's stare erased his wings, seeing only his skin. Shoppers slowed, music hushing. A teen with a cap raised his phone, recording. Clara, a baker with flour-dusted hands, leaned from her stall, sharp. "He's just a dad." Elliot kept calm, shielding Maya. "Major Carter, Air Force, retired," he said, offering his ID, its seal a pulse of truth. "We're leaving." Ruiz laughed, swatting the ID down. "Don't play hero. You match a suspect. Trouble." The lie burned, raw as Detroit's taunts, but Maya's flinch cut deeper. She hugged the jersey, picturing Elliot dragged away, another loss like her mom's echo. "He's my dad," she whispered, voice breaking. Ruiz stepped closer, boots grinding, hand near his gun. "Stay put, kid." Elliot's jaw clenched, years soaring under pressure, now grounded by bias. "No cause," he said, loud for the crowd. Clara shouted, "He's clean!" A cyclist yelled, "This is wrong!" Phones rose, their flashes catching Ruiz's sneer. Elliot's resolve, Maya's fear. Will he disappear? Ruiz shoved Elliot's shoulder, pain spiking as he hit the car, glass rattling. "Move!" he growled, baiting him to snap. Maya gasped, "Daddy!" Elliot steadied himself, heart racing, not for him, but for Maya, whose world hung here. He'd flown through chaos. He'd navigate this. "You're wrong," he said, voice aflare for the crowd, the night. The market's lanterns mocked their peril, glinting as Ruiz loomed, daring him to break. Ruiz's grip crushed Elliot Carter's arm, nails scraping skin, his boots grinding Savannah's cobblestones. "Keep talking, you're done," he snarled, twisting Major into mockery, as if Elliot's Air Force wings were fake. Elliot's pulse hammered, his pilot's calm battling fury. Maya's cry, "Daddy, don't!" cut deeper than the pain in his arm, her phone shaking as she recorded, eyes flooded with dread. They'll take him. The market's holiday glow, lanterns swaying, jazz silent, felt like a cruel jest. Clara, the baker, surged forward, flour on her apron. "He's no crook!" she yelled. Voice raw from a night cop's stopped her for looking off. A cyclist muttered, "This ain't right," his phone flashing. Pain erupted as Ruiz slammed Elliot against the sedan, his shoulder cracking into glass, the pain shuddering. Maya's jersey fell, mud-stained. Detroit flashed, slurs, Air Force jabs, eyes judging his skin before his stars. His bracelet bit into his wrist, tying him to Nia's vow. Keep Maya safe. "I'm Major Carter," he said, voice sharp as a blade. "Check my record." Ruiz scoffed, kicking his ID into the dirt, dust flying. "Major? Just a loudmouth." Maya's sob tore through. "He's all I got." Her mind swirling with lost names. Elliot's training urged a Krav Maga flip, but Maya's gaze stopped him. A brawl could scar her worse than this bruise. Clara shouted, "Run his name!" Leo, a weathered vet, slammed his cane, shoulders shaking from a general's old snub. "He flew for us." Their words sparked the crowd. Dozens now, anger swelling. A barista with a shaved head yelled, "It's racism." Elliot stood taller, unyielding. "No cause, just bias," he said. "Words for Ruiz, for history." Ruiz yanked his arm, bones creaking, cuffs glinting as he swung them. "Resisting?" he taunted, twisting Elliot's wrist until it burned. Maya screamed, "No!" and leaned out shouting, "Dad's innocent!" Her courage blazed, too young for this fight, yet standing. Ruiz spun, snatching Maya's backpack, yanking her so hard her head bumped the door. "Shut it!" Elliot lunged, locking Ruiz's wrist with a pilot's grip, twisting until he grunted, dropping Maya. She fell, knees scraped, but Elliot caught her, heart pounding. Ruiz roared, shoving him. Elliot's back hit the car, ribs aching, palms torn by cobblestones. "Stay down!" Ruiz barked, grabbing his collar, breath hot. Elliot ducked a fist, rolling aside, knees scraping dirt. He sprang up, blocking Ruiz's arm, shoulder throbbing but firm. "Stop!" he commanded, voice shaking the street. The crowd surged. "Free him!" Phones flashing like sparks, raised to capture truth. Ruiz's partner, a rookie, backed off, muttering, "Calm down," eyes uneasy. Sirens wailed closer. Backup or reckoning? Elliot's heart beat for Maya, who'd carry this image. Him, targeted, for being black. "You're wrong," he said, each word a knife. Clara clapped. Leo's cane thumped. Maya's phone held steady, her trust his shield. Ruiz charged again, trying to pin him to the ground, knee on Elliot's chest, but he shoved back, gasping, retreating. "You're seen," Elliot said, voice aflare. Ruiz's cuffs flashed under River Street's lanterns, snapping toward Elliot Carter's wrists. "You're finished," he growled, voice cracking under pressure. Maya's phone shook, her cry, "Dad, hold on!" a spark in the dark. Pain seared Elliot's wrist as Ruiz twisted, but his pilot's focus outran it. He jerked free, skin raw, and yanked his Air Force ID from his jacket, thrusting it high like a beacon through fog. "Major Elliot Carter," he declared, voice booming over the market, drowning the river's hum. 15 years serving this nation. Check it." The crowd erupted, cheers crashing like surf, phones blazing. Clara raised her fist, hair wild. "That's Elliot!" Leo leaned on his cane, shoulders squared, shouting, "Our pride!" Ruiz froze, eyes darting from the ID to the faces, his swagger crumbling. Sweat streaked his forehead. He'd misjudged, and they knew. "Means nothing," he muttered, but their roars, "Justice," swallowed him. Elliot stood firm, ID aloft, his bracelet glinting. Unity, a vow reborn. "You profiled a black pilot for driving home," he said, words carving truth, sharp as steel on stone. "That's your shame." Pain throbbed in Elliot's shoulder, bruised from Ruiz's shove, but he held steady. Maya, knees bloodied from her fall, gripped her phone, awe in her eyes. "Dad's winning." The barista bellowed, "Keep going!" A mom with a stroller clapped, voice hard, "He's right!" Ruiz lunged, clawing at Elliot's arm, tearing his sleeve. Elliot sidestepped, boots slipping on cobblestones but balance intact, blocking a punch with his forearm, bones jarring. "I'm not your enemy," he said, staring Ruiz down, voice steady as a jet's hum. "But I'm not your victim." Ruiz snarled, ramming his shoulder into Elliot's chest, knocking him against Clara's stall, jars shattering, pralines scattering. The crowd screamed, "Stop!" Clara's voice a blade, Leo's cane slamming hard. Elliot gasped, rolling over the counter, knees stinging as they hit dirt, but he rose, grabbing Ruiz's wrist, twisting until he staggered, boots skidding. "Wrong target," Elliot said, words ringing for all. Ruiz, face flushed, swung a kick. Elliot dodged, cobblestones flying, his ID still high like a flag. Ruiz's partner yanked him, urgent. "Enough!" But Ruiz broke free, grabbing Elliot's collar, slamming him back to the sedan, glass creaking. Elliot pushed back, arms burning, shoving Ruiz off. His foe stumbled, knee hitting dirt, panting. Sirens screeched, new cops pausing, hands empty, the crowd's shouts a wall. Elliot met Maya's gaze, whispering, I'm here, kid. Her scraped cheek a knife in his chest. He faced Ruiz, now a fading shadow. Not just me, he said, voice heavy with generations. Every soul you've crushed. Clara cheered, pounding her stall. Leo's cane beat triumph. The crowd's voices surged, phones catching it all. Ruiz's retreat. Elliot's fire. Maya's hope. Ruiz lurched back, badge dimmed by a man who'd flown fiercer storms. The market's lanterns crowned Elliot's stand, no longer mocking. Backup cops stood still, the crowd's will a shield. Elliot lowered his ID, pain fading, spirit blazing like a jet through clouds. He'd forged a truth no force could break. What would it ignite? Elliot led Maya through Savannah's fading chaos, her grip firm, soccer jersey safe in her lap. His Air Force ID had slashed Ruiz's lie, leaving him a flicker in the market's glow. By morning, news crews swarmed, catching Clara's bold grin and Leo's raised cane. Elliot's stand spread through papers and whispers, a call piercing dawn's mist. Ruiz faced suspension by noon, the police chief's apology sharp, vowing probes. Elliot felt no victory, only duty. At home, Maya nudged her cereal, eyes soft. I was scared, she whispered. He hugged her, murmuring, I'm here, kid. Nia's vow alive. Savannah stirred. Protests bloomed on Bay Street, signs demanding end bias. Clara's petition for cop retraining packed town halls, her voice fierce from past stops. Leo met Elliot at a river cafe, cane steady. You woke us, he said, sharing Air Force scars. Maya poured her fear into a school mural, jets breaking chains, winning top prize, her grin Nia's spark. Elliot saw his promise kindled, a flame to fan. At an Air Force rally, his uniform shone. We serve, yet fight to be seen. Cheers roared, his words fueling fairness talks across crews. Elliot launched Sky of Truth, workshops teaching teens to face police, record, stay calm, stand tall. Maya sketched its logo. A jet piercing clouds, her pride bright. The airline backed him, rooms full, Leo mentoring, his cap a quiet strength. Protests sparked meetings, Elliot's story pushing for oversight, cameras. A mayor cited him, nudging reform. At night, he read Maya's poems, her dreams unbound. Bias lingered, but his will burned fiercer. The city shifted. Neighbors formed watches, sharing trust. A logbook from Elliot's fight tracked bias, guiding safer streets. Maya joined a youth club, planning open parks. Clara's bakery grew, mentoring kids. Leo rallied veterans, Elliot's courage stirring their tales. The airline promoted him, tasking him to teach fairness. See the person. His stand inspired drives, Augusta's training reforms, Detroit's youth clubs, ripples from his spark. Elliot walked the riverfront, waves whispering Nia's laugh, knowing one fight wasn't enough. Maya's mural, chains broken, urged him on. His bracelet, unity, gleamed, tying him to their dreams. Clara's fire, Leo's grit. What worlds would it shape? Elliot Carter's stand on River Street was a gust, tearing through bias to lift new wings. One pilot, one dad, defied a badge's blind force, his bracelet, etched unity. A light for Maya's courage, Clara's cry, Leo's cane. They showed truth soars when hearts align. Elliot's voice carried every black soul judged unseen, every badge swung as a wound. His spark joins 2025's wins, Augusta's push for fairness, Detroit's youth carving worth, Savannah's families demanding justice. Each gust reshapes the sky. What about you? Ever felt eyes that judge, not see? Words that sting before you speak? In Elliot's place, Maya watching, what would you claim? His flight calls us. Hear the silenced, challenge the unjust, lift the weary. Share his story over dinner. Let it stir a spark. How do we forge fairness? Join a group like Savannah's Unity Hub. Support reform. Or pen your truth. Every word a wing. No step is small when it lifts another's light. Elliot proved one man can shift skies. Your voice could swell the breeze. Picture Maya, free to dream, her worth unquestioned, her ball soaring high. That world starts with us, our choices, our wins. Elliot's bracelet shines, a vow beyond one night. His stand echoes in every stride toward justice, every heart that won't bend. Will you take flight? Speak, act, believe. Let your gust join his, reshaping what's possible, one spark at a time. Share this tale, and let's build a sky for all.